Hey there, it's CJ Willie and I'm back with episode number 11 and let's talk about 1984 Donruss. If you haven't watched episodes 1 through 10, you can check them out by clicking on the links in the description below. You can also find them on my channel under the playlist, Let's Talk About Baseball. In today's episode, I pick up from where I left off in episode number 10 by covering the next 50 cards in the set numbered 461 to 510. Included in today's spotlight are 2 Hall of Famers and 1 potential Hall of Fame manager. Starting off with a rookie card of Danny Jackson, number 461. DJ was the first pick in the 1982 Major League Baseball draft for the Royals. In 1985, Jackson helped the Royals win the World Series. He was named to 2 All-Star squads, first with the Reds in 1988, then in 1994 as a member of the Pirates. Bob Kearney. This photo captures the trifecta of excellence with glasses, mini truck mullet, and a mustache. Terry Francona. Tito spent most of his playing career as a pinch hitter and backup first baseman outfielder. However, as a manager, Francona has a great shot to make it to the Hall of Fame. With almost 2,000 career victories, 4 pennants, and 2 World Series titles, Francona should be an easy vote for the Veterans Committee. Wayne Tollefson. Both Tollefson and his son Stephen Tollefson spent the majority of their careers as utility infielders. Mickey Rivers. Mick the Quick was part of the Yankees' dominant lineup during the 1970s. He was named to his only All-Star team in 1976 as the Yankees' starting center fielder. John Wathan. Duke set a Major League record for most steals by a catcher in a season with 36 in 1982 with the Royals. He led the Royals to 287 wins as their manager from 1987 to 1991. His son Dusty had a brief call-up with the Royals in 2002. Bill Allman. George Vukovic, sporting a mustachioed glamour shot by Deb. Steve Kemp. During his career year with the Tigers in 1979, Kemp was named to his only All-Star team. Ken Landreau. In 1980, as a member of the Minnesota Twins, Landreau was selected to the American League All-Star team. Milt Wilcox. Tippy Martinez. Felix Anthony Martinez was the left-handed setup reliever for the 1983 champion Baltimore Orioles. Tippy was named to his only All-Star team in 1983 as well. Ted Simmons. Simba was inducted into the Hall of Fame by the Veterans Committee in 2020. During his 21-year career, Simmons had a .285 batting average, 2,472 hits, 248 home runs, and 1,389 RBI. He was selected to 8 All-Star teams and finished in the top 10 in MVP voting 3 times. Tim Foley. The New York Mets selected Foley as their first overall pick in the 1968 Major League Baseball draft. He was the starting shortstop for the Pittsburgh Pirates in their 1979 World Series victory over the Baltimore Orioles. George Hendrick. Silent George was named to 4 All-Star squads, twice as a member of the Cleveland Indians and twice with the St. Louis Cardinals. Hendrick won 2 World Series titles, the first in 1972 with the Oakland A's, and the second with my St. Louis Cardinals in 1982. Terry Poole. During his second year in the Major Leagues, Poole, at the age of 21, was named to the 1978 National League All-Star team with the Astros. Vaughn Hayes. Nicknamed 5 for 1 by his teammates, Hayes was named to his lone All-Star squad with the Phillies in 1989. Bobby Brown. Not the singer. Lee Lacy. Joel Youngblood. He has the distinction of being the only player in Major League Baseball history to get 2 hits for 2 different teams in 2 different cities on the same day. On August 4th, 1982, Youngblood singled for the New York Mets. Later that day, after being traded to the Montreal Expos, Youngblood singled as a pinch hitter. Jim Slayton. Even though he ended the year with a losing record, Slayton was named to his only All-Star team in 1977 as a member of the Brewers. Mike Fitzgerald. In 1983, Fitzgerald became the 48th player in Major League Baseball history to hit a home run in his first Major League at-bat. Keith Moreland. Ron Renicky. Rags is better known as the manager of the Milwaukee Brewers from 2011 to 2015. His brother Gary was an outfielder with the Baltimore Orioles. Louis Leal. Brian Olkers. Bruce Bereni. His uncle Ned Garver was a Major League pitcher for the St. Louis Browns, Detroit Tigers, and Kansas City Athletics during the 1940s and 1950s. Lamar Hoyt. Having one of the funnier nicknames in baseball, the Incredible Bulk was an American League Cy Young Award winner and leading the White Sox to the playoffs. He was named to the 1985 National League All-Star squad as a member of the San Diego Padres. Joe Nolan? Marshall Edwards. His twin brother Mike played for the Pittsburgh Pirates and Oakland A's. His younger brother Dave played for the Minnesota Twins and San Diego Padres. Mike Laga. Rick Cerrone. Rick Miller. Miller Time won a Gold Glove in 1980 as a member of the California Angels. This card is an uncorrected error as it lists his first name as Mike on the front of the card, but on the back of the card has it correct, Richard Allen Miller or Rick Miller. Rick Honeycutt. Honey was named to the 1980 American League All-Star team even though he had a losing record for the Seattle Mariners. In 1983, after being named to and pitching in the 1983 All-Star Game as a Texas Ranger, Honeycutt was traded to the Dodgers at the trade deadline as the Dodgers were pushing to make the playoffs. Mike Hargrove. Nicknamed the Human Rain Delay because of his drawn-out preparation before every pitch, Hargrove made the 1975 American League All-Star team as a member of the Texas Rangers. Hargrove won close to 1,200 games as a manager of the Cleveland Indians, Baltimore Orioles, and Seattle Mariners from 1991 to 2007. Joe Simpson, Keith Atherton, Chris Welsh, Bruce Kyson. Kyson won 115 games with a 3.66 ERA and was a member of the 1979 world champion Pittsburgh Pirates. Bob Johnson. Unfortunately, Johnson didn't experience the same level of success in the major leagues as his uncle, Hall of Famer Ernie Banks. Jerry Koosman. Kuz was named to back-to-back National League All-Star teams in 1968 and 1969 as a New York Met. He was runner-up to Johnny Bench in Rookie of the Year voting in 1968. Koosman finished his career with 222 wins, 2,556 strikeouts, and a 3.36 ERA over 19 seasons. Frank DiPino. Tony Perez, the big dog, was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2000. During his 23-year career, Perez hit 379 home runs with 2,732 hits, 1,652 RBI, and 505 doubles. He was named to 7 All-Star teams and finished in the top 10 in MVP award voting 4 times. Ken Oberkfell. He was starting third baseman for my St. Louis Cardinals when they won the 1982 World Series over the Milwaukee Brewers. Mark Thurman. Joe Price. Pascual Perez. Hailing from a Dominican Republic pitching family, Perez was named to the 1983 National League All-Star team. His younger brothers Melito and Carlos pitched in the major leagues. His cousin Yorkis was a pitcher in the big leagues as well. Marvell Wynn. Mike Krukow. The Polish Prince was named to the National League All-Star team in 1986 as a Giant. He also finished third in the Cy Young Award voting behind Mike Scott and Fernando Valenzuela in 1986. And finally, number 510, Dick Ruthven. He was named to 2 All-Star teams during his 14-year career, first with the Braves in 1986, then with the Phillies in 1981. His brother-in-law, Tom Hutton, was an infielder with the Dodgers, Phillies, Blue Jays, and Expos. Before I finish today's episode, I gotta provide a count of mustaches appearing on the cards. The count is a little lower than usual, with only 18 players sporting dirt squirrels. Well, that does it for this episode. Tune in next time for episode number 12 when I talk about one Hall of Famer plus a player who should garner more Hall of Fame consideration from the Veterans Committee. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did enjoy it, please click on the thumbs up button and share this episode with your friends. Make sure to subscribe and update the notification icon to catch episode number 12 of Let's Talk About 1984 Donruss. Thanks for watching.